in your coming to Baltimore, did you think of anything special that you were going to present to us here?
Well, you know, for us, every night is different. Every night is special, and the audience has a lot to do with it. You know,
Okay.
when that's why it's so interesting to play all over the world. Because if we play in Europe, it's very different than when we play in the States or when we play in Latin America. So the audience influences us as much as we influence the audience. So playing in Baltimore was great. The audience was really into it, and that makes us get more into it. So it's a give and take always.
What was the experience like in your association with Birdman?
Well, it was amazing, you know. I mean, to be part of a project like that made it all the way to win the Oscar for Best Movie. I mean, I never in a million years, when they told me, "Will you make the music for this movie?" I thought any of that would happen.
Right.
So everything is icing on the cake. To me, the greatest reward is to hear my drums in a big movie theater, to those images and to that, you know, plot line. To me, that was the real award. You know?
I read that you're very much into the drums and into jazz. Is there any kind of deep interest into the history of jazz that you're into, like getting associated with the African American music from its beginnings, anything?
Of course. I mean, if you play jazz, if you don't start there, then you are not doing your homework. So, of course, I had to do that and start right from the beginning and listen to all the greats and try to absorb as much as I can. And once I absorb that information, what I want to do is depart from that, because it has absolutely makes no sense for me to try to copy Tony Williams or Elvin Jones or Max Roach, because those guys were gods at what they did. So what I want to do is just grab what they did, then mix it up in a guacamole with what I do, and then take it somewhere else. You know?
It says in your bio that you're very much interested in education of kids. What's your project now?
Well, you know, I do master classes and clinics all over the world. I work with Yamaha, with Siljan, Remo, and LP, and we organize clinics all over the place. And I try to bring the message of music to people, you know. I've seen a lot of drum master classes where it's all about drums and look how fast I can play and look how fancy I can move. What I always try to convey in my clinics is, as drummers, we are musicians first and drummers second. So I want to be a musician that just happens to play drums. And drums can be a musical, melodic, dynamic, beautiful instrument. And that's what I try to teach and show all the time, you know, and just to have fun with it. And it's like a mini orchestra. You have all these little instruments that you have to experiment with and see what you can do with them. So that's usually my message.
Is there a difference between a left-handed drummer and a right-handed drummer?
Everything's just backwards. It's exactly the same, but backwards.
Okay. Do you have an Oscar?
No, the Oscar thing was a touchy subject, because everybody thought I was going to get nominated for Birdman, and then the Academy eliminated the soundtrack from contention, because they said that the pre-recorded tracks, there was some classical music as well, that they diluted the effect of the original score too much, which everybody thought that was idiotic, to put it in some way. But I just very happy, because I just won the Grammy for Best Score. So it was like, you know, redemption after all.
Hey, thanks.
My pleasure.
Nice music.
On bass, we have the very, very talented Mr. Matt Brewer. On piano, the remarkable Mr. John Escree. And freshly from the basement, Mr. Seamus Blake.